Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
So what do you think about this big open mat coffee crew?
I think it's just what we expected. Really fun. Everyone's training hard, but everyone's just smiling and having a good time.
Introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Allie, and this is my son, Henry.
He's so cute.
Yeah.
Allie, I met through the coffee crew, and we got to roll a couple of times, even when she had this little guy in her tummy.
Yeah.
So she never stopped rolling. So let's talk about some jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
Who are you under?
Right now, since being pregnant and having baby, I'm just training under Kevin, basically. We're around at Solidarity and Kuleana, and we've been a little bit at 10th Planet in San Jose and Koffee Krew, and we run an open mat as well.
Where's your open mat?
Kuleana.
Okay, and what days are those?
Saturday morning.
Okay, what time?
7 a.m.
Oh, that's even earlier than Coffee Krew.
Yeah.
That's awesome. When did you start jiu-jitsu?
I started 2019, so coming up about 6 years exactly.
And what belts are you at?
Purple.
So out of all those belts that you've already escalated in, what was your hardest belt to overcome?
Probably the one I'm in now.
The purple belt?
Yeah, I left the country I was training in, moved a couple of times, and just re-establishing why I'm doing jiu-jitsu during this whole belt. So I think it's just been more of like an introspective personal process than just training as hard as I possibly can, like I did white and blue belt. So it's different.
Now you have your son, and that adds more. You and Kevin offset back and forth. Half the open mat you do, and then half he does, right?
Yeah, if we're lucky, we get someone to hold him, and then we get around together so we can still train together.
That's good. This little guy's going to be on the mats before you know it.
Yeah.
What's your go-to submission from guard?
Honestly, I usually do an omoplata, and then I just try to break your arm in whichever direction it's going to work. But that's generally the entry I get into, and then I just chain between chimeras and triangles and arm bars until we catch you in one of them.
You grab a lot of elbows. You collect a lot of elbows.
Yeah.
I know you do. How do you approach training with lower belts versus higher belts?
Well, I guess I just find out what they can do no matter who they are once we start. Sometimes I get surprised. A lot of lower belts do a lot of research on leg locks and things like that. I kind of just have to, if I'm just trying to train really hard, I'll just open up and show whatever I've got and see what they can do about it. I generally don't try to find out who they are first, but just kind of open up my game and see where they can stop it and challenge me. I found out a few times today that way, but I think that helps me the best probably. And then I like to just play a lot with leverage and angles, and it's more about the size of their body even than their belt that changes how I'm gonna roll.
Right.
So it's either gonna be trying to change their posture to the ground or relative to me. So either I'm gonna try to break them or I'm gonna get around them, and then usually depends on their size how well I can do that.
Right on. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on and answering a couple of questions.
Thank
Maybe
you.
one of these days you'll do a full interview with me.
I'd love to. I'm so happy to be here.
Okay, thank you. Bye.